First is like the basic, like testing skills you should be having, right? So I'm just ignoring that testing skills. There is a lot that goes into the testing skill, and that should be there. That's the default, right? So testing skills are the prerequisites. So that's the first thing that you will learn when you want to build a career into the software testing field. So this is the first thing. Now there is a lot that you need to learn in testing itself. So you might be learning, you might be having a subject in your college, and then when you come out you do some certification. So all those testing principles, how to do testing, write test cases, defect, everything, that is by default you need to have it, right? The second most important thing is about tool Jira. Okay, now you might be wondering, why do we need to learn Jira as part of software testing? Now Jira is Agile project management tool, but Jira is used almost everywhere nowadays. Okay, it's Agile project management tool, and the whole team working into the project delivery or software development, it will include business analysts, developers, testers, need to know how to use Jira. And it's pretty basic. If you're just a user of a Jira, it's not a complex thing at all. So learning how to use Jira is important, because nowadays the test management is also available within Jira. Defect management is also available within Jira, right? So there are plugins that can be installed within Jira, and that will help you to enable defect management, or defect management is by default available within Jira, but test management can be enabled by installing the plugins, for example Zephyr and X-Ray, and there are many more out there. Okay, so very important skill to acquire. And if you haven't already watched the Jira videos that I have posted, this is the time. Go ahead and watch it and understand how you can build the Jira skills for yourself. Okay, test management, right? So test management tools. Now test management tools you don't need to learn separately, because most of the companies that are using Jira will be using the plugin for test management within Jira. So it could be Zephyr, all right, or X-Ray. So these are the very popular ones that you will find either one of these. And till now, from past 7-8 years, I have found just Zephyr or X-Ray, or the QC was there, but it's basically phased out. So that is totally standalone test management tool, and now very minimal clients would be using that. So this is popular. So Zephyr and X-Ray plugins within Jira. So once you learn Jira, you will be able to learn Zephyr and X-Ray as well. There is a tutorial, complete tutorial on about test management Zephyr with Jira that I have posted as well. So you can watch those 10-12 videos that are there in the tutorial series. That's available as well on the channel. X-Ray, I might come up with the series very soon, but as of now it's not planned. So third point, very important, you need to understand how to use or how to do test management within Jira using Zephyr or X-Ray. The Agile software development, right? So Agile software development. Now when you usually learn about or read about the software development methodologies, there have been so many old methodologies that we have already learned: waterfall, V model. Nowadays it's all about Agile software development, and it will be either Scrum or Kanban. Okay, now in software development it will be mostly Scrum. Kanban is more of a for projects which are sort of IT support, where there is a continuous flow of work. But then in Scrum is mostly used wherein there is a product development and you have set of backlog or the requirements that need to be built, and there is a cadence of 2 to 4 weeks, every 2 to 4 weeks iteration to build those requirements into the working code, right? So it's an iterative development approach, and we need to you need to understand the Agile software development, what it is, what is Scrum, how Scrum functions. 90% of the places you will see that projects are using Scrum to manage Agile software development or software development projects. Okay, so very important factor there as well. So this is a little bit of technical. So OS basics. Okay, so operating system basics, whether it's Windows, Linux, okay, you need to understand. Now you might think that you know everything in Windows and Linux, right? But do you know how to run the command within Windows OS, or do you know how to write the PowerShell script, a basic one? Okay, so just understanding how to use the operating system is one thing from the user interface, but then you need to understand a little bit of command line of the Windows. So command line of the Windows, and about the Linux, you need to understand what is shell, okay, and some of the Linux commands, the basic Linux command, how to make the directory, how to go to that particular directory, how to see the file or edit the file, because when you get into the testing project, it won't be just the Windows servers, it will be the Linux servers that might be used. And when you are on the Linux server, you might be required to check the logs and how to search the values within the logs, how to start the server, stop the server. So these command line, shell and command line will help you to achieve all of that. Okay, so OS basics is very important, not getting into too much detail, but at least basics of Linux and command line in Windows. Okay, next thing is about client server architecture and service oriented architecture. Now understanding of these concepts is important. What exactly is service oriented architecture, what is client server architecture? That understanding will help you to correlate your understanding with the actual applications when you get into the projects. Okay, so that these things are really important as well. API. So understanding of the API, what exactly is API or web service, right? So what is API, and understanding how you are going to test it, right? So API testing, especially not automating them for initial phases, it will be API testing and testing it manually. So there are tools, Postman, there is Soap UI, and I have posted a video, a complete series on Soap UI. Okay, so that includes the manual testing and the automation using Soap UI, so automation of the API. So watch couple of videos on API testing, the initial few videos that I have posted on Postman, which is about the manual testing of the API. So that will give you understanding of how to test APIs in very minimal effort. You will be able to learn that. Okay, so that is also very, very important skill to have. Programming language basic. Okay, this is very important. So something, at least basics of programming language. Okay, so if, else, while, how you use them, what is the benefit of those loops and conditions. So learn little basics and try to start with, say for example, Python. If you find Java a little bit complicated, start with Python and learn just a basic of programming. That basic will help you to develop a skill that will be helpful in any, say for example, you want to progress into the scriptless automation, then this understanding the basics of programming language, I'll write basics here, and that will help to progress into that role as well. Okay, now cloud technologies, if you can, so anything cloud, AWS, what exactly it is, GCP or Azure, these are the three market leaders, right? So AWS is the most popular one, and if you understand what exactly is AWS or what is done there, then there might be a chance that you are part of a project and AWS is there or GCP is there and Azure is there, right? So your understanding about the cloud technologies and what exactly it is about will help you to grasp those concepts easily, or if somebody is talking about those things into the project, it will be helpful for you. Okay,